Good afternoon, lovelies. How are you all? It is getting closer to Valentine's Day. So, I thought we would start off the Valentine's looks with just a kind of soft glam look that any of you guys can follow at home if you're having date night at home for Valentine's Day, or whether you're having a date night or anything via Zoom, whether it be with a loved one or your busy mate if you're not in a partnership, and all of that kind of stuff. So let's get to it. So first of all, I'm going to prime the areas of my face where I've got more texture. So I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible mattifying base. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little bit of colour correcting. As you can see, my lovely cat caught my face this week, so I need to correct that a little bit. And I'm just going to use my green concealer just to colour correct the redness on my cheeks and the blueness under my eyes this week. I haven't been sleeping very well, people. So I'm going to be using my Terracotta Blushsense because it's just that little bit stronger, peachier colour to hide those dark circles. Okay, so now for foundation, and I'm going to use my Makesense Foundation in shade Cream Beige, but I will list all of the products that I use in the description box below. Okay, so foundation is on. So now I am going to do my under eye concealer and on my little kitty cat helpful blemishes. She definitely had her claws out. So this is my L'Oreal True Match Concealer in shade Ivory. And I'm just going to pop a bit of that under my eyes. Okay, so next I'm going to do a touch of contour, and I'm going to use the Deep CCTM just to give me some chiseled cheeks, because I really think I need some help. I need some help at the moment. I'm very tired, very, very exhausted, and I need a pick-me-up, peoples. Okay, so now let's do some blush. So I'm going to do chocolate cherry blush today because it's a really nice, soft, dusky, warm, brownie toned pink for the cheek. So it'll be really, really nice for a soft glam look. And for an extra touch of warmth, I'm just going to take the excess colour of the blush that's still in my brush just up and around the hairline, just for a bit more warmth around here. And then for just a little touch of highlight, I'm going to take just the Makesense normal pearlizer this time, rather than the anti-aging one that I normally use. So just a little touch where the light is hitting my cheeks here. Just a tiny touch here, not too much. I just want a glow rather than to be shiny. I don't want to look shiny and sweaty. I just want a lovely glow. That is all. Okay, so I'm already feeling a bit brighter actually. And a bit better in general, because I've had a really awful week suffering from really bad headaches and migraines. So this is really kind of making me feel a lot brighter and cheerier. So onto my brows, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Unbelievabrow to sort out my brows. So I've been off and I've sorted out my hair a little bit, and now I am ready to prime my eyes. So first of all, I'm going to use the Sandstone Pearl Shadowsense as a base for my eyes, just to kind of bring out the colours that we are going to be using, because we are going to be using really soft glam colours. So we still want them to pop, but obviously even though they're neutrals, so that's why I'm going to use this to start off with. I'm going to use Mocha Java Shadowsense first of all, as our base, and I'm going to take it into our crease line, just for giving us a really nice transition for our other neutral shades. And this is a really nice matte colour. So I'm just literally going to take a tiny amount and just blend this through the crease. Okay, so now I'm going to take Candied Cocoa Shimmer and use that on the outer corner of my lid to start building up a bit of smokiness and just a little bit of light, soft glam drama on the eyes. As you can see, I am doing one eye, but I would suggest when you are doing your eye looks to do each part of the eye look on one eye, then do the other eye. So do the crease colour like I've used the Mocha Java on this eye, then do your other eye before you move on to your next colours, so that at every stage you can keep checking to check they match and do any extra blending that you might need to do to make sure that both eyes are even. The only reason I do it like this in the tutorials is because very often I am doing one eye so that I can show you guys in the video tutorial and take pictures for a pictorial as well on our Facebook and Insta pages, and then I go live on Facebook and Insta and show those lovely guys over there how to do the look live. So that's the only reason I do one eye at a time this way. But when you're doing it yourself, you'll find it much easier to balance and get those eyes matching if you do each step on the eyes at the same time. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so for this, I am just going to take one brush to place the colour in the outer corner where I want it, and then a slightly bigger blending brush to blend it out. So I'm going to just place it here on this outer corner first, in kind of like a diagonal shape, I suppose, like this on this outer corner, and then I'm going to blend, and then I'm going to work on that colour and deepen it up until I get to the consistency and the depth that I want it to be. So now we've done this outer corner, as you can see, I kept it in this kind of backwards arrowy garnish shape, sideways V, whatever you want to call it, and then I just blended it coming slightly into this third of the eyelid, just so that when we blend the other colours we've got a really nice seamless transition. And I blended it out slightly higher over where I went with the first colour, my transition colour, into the Mocha Java, because I've got hooded eyes, so that I can see it nicely above my hooded eyes when my eyes are fully open. So there we go. And one tip that I would suggest if you are using these cream to powder shadows, particularly the Shadowsense, because they are totally smudge proof when they're dry, but it's better to work in thin layers. Put on one layer, let it dry, put on another layer, and keep working and building up that colour until you reach that depth, because you're going to get a much more consistent and even colour rather than a patchy finish, and it's going to dry a lot better to its smudge proof finish as well. Okay, I've just realised that I forgot to set my base in my areas where I get oily throughout the day, so I'm just going to use my Lasting Fix translucent powder just to set kind of on my oily T-zone really. So just across there, literally, as you can see, a tiny touch of powder, and the tiniest touch under my eyes as well. Okay, so next for our soft glam eye look, I am going to use Sandstone Pearl Shimmer this time. So we used the matte version as a base for our eyes, and this time I'm going to use the shimmer on the inner corner of our eyes. So I'm going to do it pretty much on the inner third of the eyelid and going up above the crease slightly as well, because I've got hooded eyes. So here we go. Okay, so next I'm going to use Sweet Rose Shimmer, which is a new colour. I've never tried this one before, but we're doing this soft glam classic eye look that anyone could use and wear for a Valentine's themed look, whether you're having a date night with hubby at home, whether you're having date night with the bestie via Zoom, whoever, and if you've got hooded eyes or whatever, this will suit anybody, particularly for all my neutral colour lovers out there. But we are going to bring just a touch of pink in because it is for Valentine's. But pink doesn't need to be scary. It can still be really, really neutral. So we're going to go ahead and put that on the centre here of our lid. And again, because I've got hooded eyes, going slightly above that crease. Okay, so next we're just going to take a tiny touch of colour underneath the lower lash line, but I'm not going to smoke it out too much. I'm just going to leave it quite close to the lower lash line so that it's not too over dramatic, as it is a soft glam classic eye look. So I'm just going to take a tiny touch of that Candied Cocoa Shimmer that we used on the outer edge first of all, and I've just got a little smudger brush and I'm just going to pop that under the lower lash line here, kind of probably about on the outer third of the eye, like we did on the top lid, like so, and just blending that in with the colours on the top. And then I'm literally going to do the same with the other two colours, the Sandstone Pearl and the Sweet Rose Shimmer, underneath the lower lash line in the same places, same positions that it is on the top of the lid as well. Okay, now we are going to tightline. Because this is a soft glam look, I think I'm not going to do any liquid liner today. I'm just going to tightline on the top lash line. So for anyone that doesn't know what tightlining is, it's basically this tiny little bit of skin here underneath your lashes, and by tightlining, which means using a waterproof pencil, I'm going to use a black pencil. When you tightline, it makes your lashes look longer and it gives a more defined eye without having to necessarily use a liquid liner on the top as well. So I think that will work really well for a soft glam look. And also, as I'm tightlining, I'm only going to about here, so around kind of the end of where your main lashes end, because I'm kind of doing this as a classic look, but so that it's suitable for hooded eyes as well. So when you're tightlining, if you just go as far as here, it will help to really open and make the eye look wider and brighter, whereas if you go right into this inner corner, you're just going to literally close that eye back up again and make it look smaller. Okay, so now I'm going to use the same black waterproof pencil liner along my bottom lash line. I'm not going to put it in the waterline because, like I said, I want to keep this as a really simple, easy tutorial that lovely people with hooded eyes can use as well. So I'm going to go along the lower lash line, but again, I'm only going to go to kind of sort of 2/3 of the way in because I don't want to make the eye look smaller and closed off again. But I'm also, before the pencil liner dries, I'm going to just smudge it out a little bit with a slanted brush as well. So I'm just going to do a tiny touch to begin with because it makes it a lot easier to work with as you go along, and then just use a soft slanted brush just to smudge that line slightly so that it's not so harsh. There we go, like so. And then I'm just going to work my way along. Okay, now mascara is done. I am just going to use the pearlizer that I used along my cheekbones for a touch of inner corner highlight and a tiny touch underneath the arch of the brow bone as well. So for some reason I totally forgot to record the mascara, but I just put on 2 coats of black Lashsense Volume Intense mascara. Okay, so now that I've got this eye totally finished, I'm going to go ahead and put my lip colour on. I know I would normally do that at the end of a look, but I'm going to jump on a live on Insta and Facebook and go and show them how to recreate this look on this eye. So I thought I'd just pop my lippy on first. So I'm going to put on Lipsense in Dusty Rose. Because this is a soft glam look, I don't want to use red. But I still want something that's got that kind of Valentine's feel to it. So okay, my phone has very really helpfully deleted some of the footage for this particular video. So when I go live to do my other eye, I decided to just put a nude pencil on my waterline as well to finish off the eye look. So that is my lips done. So I'm just going to hop over and do a live on the other eye on Insta and Facebook, and I will be right back to show you guys the finished look. So here we go. Here is the finished look. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Let us know if you have a go at recreating this look, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.